Hi, this is Ishita Datta, a legal intern at Lexis & Company, and today I will be talking about the case law which is Romila Thapar versus Union of India. This case is one of the most important cases in relation to arresting activists and raises serious questions on fragile nature of protection of freedom of expression and speech. In the present case, a petition was filed as a public interest litigation by 5 prominent persons in distinct file of society. The petition challenged the arrest of 5 human rights activists and claimed that the Maharashtra police has fabricated these activists in the Bhima Koregaon violence. Further, it was held that in the petition there was a request of an inquiry to be conducted by the Special Investigation Agency. The statutory provisions which were discussed in the case were Article 14, 19, 21 and 32 of the Constitution of India and the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. What were the facts of the case? On 28 August 2018, the petition was filed before the Supreme Court under Article 32 by the 5 illustrious persons who were famous human rights activists, journalists, advocates and political workers: Romila Thapar, Devki Jain, Prabhat Patnaik, Satish Deshpande and Maja Dharuwala, challenging the arrest of 5 human rights activists named Gautam Navlakha, Sudha Bhardwaj, Vernon Gonzalez, Arun Ferreira and Varavara Rao. This petition was filed after the Maharashtra police carried simultaneous raids across different parts of the country in relation to the Bhima Koregaon violence. So according to the police, the activists were members of the Communist Party of India, which is a banned organization under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. So the petitioners challenged the arrest by claiming that it was made in an arbitrary nature and stopped the arrested activists to help the poor and needy people. Further, the action of the police was to silence the voice of the dissent against the concerned government. It also violated the activists' right to equality before the law, Article 14, freedom of speech and expression, Article 19, and personal liberty, Article 21. In the petition, the petitioner requested the court to form a special investigation team for ensuring independent investigation into the arrest of stated 5 human rights activists. So what were the issues of the case? So the first issue was whether the arrest of the stated 5 human rights activists by the Maharashtra police was malified in nature and arbitrary. Second issue was whether the arrest infringed equality before the law, freedom of speech and personal liberty. And the third issue was whether the petitioner's prayer for special investigating team will be accepted by the court. So what were the arguments advanced by the petitioner? So in the petitioner, what they said, they contended that the arrest of the activists by the Maharashtra police had violated their equality before the law, freedom of speech and expression, and the personal liberty, which is Article 21. The petitioners argued that the stated 5 human rights activists were not present in the event organized on 31st December 2017 at Pune by Elgar Parishad, and further, no allegations were found against them in the FIR. The arrest made by the Maharashtra police under various provisions of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967 was baseless and was made to curb dissent. The petitioners requested the court to constitute a special investigating team for ensuring the independent, credible and autonomous investigation in the arrest of 5 human rights activists. So what were the arguments of the respondents? The respondents argued that the 5 arrested human activists were the members of the Communist Party of India, which is a banned terrorist organization under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The respondents further contended that the petitioners cannot challenge the arrest of 5 activists and the arrest by the Maharashtra police was not arbitrary in nature. What was the judgment of the case? The judgment of this case had come up with the ratio of 2:1. The majority decision was of Chief Justice of India Deepak Mishra and Justice A.M. Khanwilkar, whereas dissenting opinion was of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. So the majority decision, what was it about? On 28 September 2018, the court rejected the plea for conducting the inquiry through the Special Investigation Team, SIT, instead of the Maharashtra police for the case of 5 arrested human rights activists. The rejection was made by the referring the case of Narmada Bai versus State of Gujarat and others and Sanjeev Rajendra Bhatt versus Union of India, wherein the court asserted that the parties into the case cannot choose their own investigation agencies according to their own personal choice and preference. The court also disagreed with the contention that the arrest was made without appropriate evidence, as authorities had produced sufficient and satisfactory evidences. Also, the court stated that the petitioners had failed to establish investigating officers' intention to curb political dissent while making the arrest, because there was no specific and relevant material facts which can prove that the investigating officers had exercised malified powers, held that the accused was arrested for the involvement in the Elgar Parishad meeting and not merely because of their dissenting opinion. The apex court did not have any views in relation to the guilt or innocence of the accused, and the court stated that the judicial proceedings are pending before the appropriate lower court, which can be pursued in accordance with the law by the parties, and the accused was granted liberty to continue the request for modified relief before the appropriate court. Further, the investigating officers are free to proceed against the accused person in conformity with the law. In addition to this, the court also directed the interim order dated 29th August 2018, which placed accused people under the house arrest for the time period of 4 weeks. What was the dissenting opinion? Justice Chandrachud emphasized that though in the case of Narmada Bai versus State of Gujarat and others, it was held that the accused cannot choose investigative agencies, but the Gujarat police was removed from the investigation because they made serious procedural lapses during the investigation. In the present case, he held that there is sufficient doubt in relation to the impartiality of the Maharashtra police. So investigation by the special investigation team is needed, which should be monitored by the court. Also, he stated that the court should be vigilant to protect the liberty of those who take up unpopular causes. But he also observed that the remedies which the petitioner sought were not remedies belonging to criminal procedure. So in conclusion, I would like to say that the Supreme Court, in a ratio of 2-1 majority judgment, rejected the plea for an independent inquiry by the Special Investigation Team on the ground that there was sufficient evidence for the possibility that they are the members of a banned terrorist organization, which is the Communist Party of India, Maoist, under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, UAPA. So it is clear from the majority decision that the arrest made by the Maharashtra police was not malified and arbitrary in nature and did not infringe rights like equality before law, freedom of speech and expression, and personal liberty of the arrested activists. But according to the lone dissenting judge, D.Y. Chandrachud called for a special investigating team which should be monitored by the court, as he had the doubt regarding the impartiality of the Maharashtra police, and the majority decision forces one to re-examine the delicate nature of protection in relation to the freedom of speech and expression when it clashes with the state. Thank you so much.